Hey guys, this is a brand new video for Fox Body Garage. This is restoration video number 11, and I haven't really done a restoration video in a while. I've been doing some mini bike videos, and then I did the RC videos, the new Rustler. I got it's pretty fun. I've been using it quite a bit. It goes actually pretty fast, 45 miles an hour on the street. So today I'm just going to be showing you the alternator and then the new hoses. I actually got these a while ago, but I just haven't really had time because I wanted to fit it all into one video, and I didn't have the alternator then. So I did take out the old alternator. I'll do a video of what the old alternator sounds like in the car, and then what the new one sounds like. So this one is from PA Performance, but LMR provides them, and they basically get them from PA Performance. And this is actually the 95 amp. The stock one is 75 amp, and I don't know, it's not that safe because there's this big fan right in the middle, and you can see the fan on the new one. The new one's actually inside, and it's a little safer. And the pulley is actually a little bigger on this one compared to the other one. The inside of this one's pretty small, and this one, I know, it's just a little bigger. There are some minor adjustments you gotta do on the new one. I mean, the first plug in here is the same. It's just this one on the original one, you gotta cut out some wires. And there's actually 3 wires that go onto this one. There's 2 black ones with orange wires, with orange stripes. Those 2 wires actually go back onto here, and you basically put each of them in here, in both of these, and you just put them on this. And then the white and the black one actually connects to this one, and this basically goes right into here, and that white and black one connects onto this one. I'll get a flashlight, I'll show you. So the alternator's out. I did clean it a while ago. This big hose is in the way too. But this is the one that we gotta replace right here. So we're just gonna throw this one out. And the other one right here is the one that we have to keep to use on the new one. So we just gotta basically cut all the 3 wires off of this one and just throw that part out. I mean, it's not that hard. But if you did get the 130 amp, you gotta kind of do some adjustments to the bracket. You gotta kind of cut off a part because the 130 amp is a little bigger. We just wanted to upgrade it because, one, the power on the batteries kept dying pretty fast, and 2, if we're gonna get a new radio or anything that has more power, you want to obviously have more power in the car to power that up. Otherwise, some other things won't have as much power. But you never know, having something with more power could be a problem. It could cause a fuse to break. There could be too much power. But, I mean, if you did get the 130 amp, you'd have to have a new, I don't know, there'll just be lots of new wires you gotta have to put in here. Because the old ones that are in the car originally, those are probably all corroded. I mean, not most of them, some of them could be. You never know, you just want to replace those just in case. And then going on to the hoses, I did get these a while ago. There's 6, and these are basically hoses just for the radiator and anywhere where the coolant goes. These 2 actually go for the, or wait, yeah, I guess it is. So okay, so this one I actually had replaced. I got a new black one because the other one was broken. You could see you could see how cracked it was. We replaced it, but we just wanted to get it running, so we just threw on one from AutoZone. But we're just gonna replace it anyway. I just wanted to make the car look a little better, especially how old it is. You just want to keep it running nice. And then with the new water pump and timing chain cover, how clean that looks. And then with the new alternator, that'll look a lot better. And then with the new orange hoses, it'll just make the color combination look cool. So this one basically goes like this. It's kind of bent now, but it'll go in basically like this. And these, one of these goes to the thermostat and one of them goes to the water pump. So like one of the top parts goes to the thermostat, bottom to the water pump. I'm not sure where this one goes. But, and then this one obviously goes under the car from the radiator to the water pump. And these two actually go in the way back corner to the heater core. And there's actually a leak in both of the hoses. They've been tied too tight. And the heater core doesn't seem to be working. We might just replace it, or we might just flush it out. So I think it'd be more efficient to just, well, not really more efficient. It'll be better to kind of just replace it, just how old it is. But I mean, there's a lot of steps to do. One, you gotta take out the dash. I mean, that's a lot. That's basically a whole winter project right there. And then you gotta put it back in. And then you gotta take out the heater core. And the radio doesn't work. That's why I want to replace it. We got some air fresheners in here. Car fresheners. And then there's some directions here for the alternator, how to assemble it. I first read it, I was like, how do you do this? And then I looked at one of LMR's videos. They have they do a video on 130 amp, but some of the stuff that's on the 130 amp video connects with the 95 amp. So all you basically have to do that's differently is they add a wire, which you just cut that out of the video. You don't really need that. And then they have to cut the bracket because the 130 amp is a little bigger. But they basically have the same wires. You gotta kind of crimp them. And then you gotta heat to shrink. You gotta get like a heat gun or whatever. I mean, I think it'll just run a little better. You don't have to worry about it stalling. Just like in the summer when you always, or I think one of the last restoration videos, I had it sitting in the driveway. I stalled it, or my dad did, and then we tried to start it, and the battery was dead. So I mean, that's obviously a problem with the alternator. It doesn't have a lot of power to power it up in that amount of time. I mean, it's not that hard of a job. Basically, the hardest part is probably crimping the wires. So, something else I got, well, my birthday just came, and I got some new parts. Well, it's not really a part, it's just a decoration. My car's an 89, so it's the 25-year anniversary. So this is always on the dash. But mine never came with one on the dash. And I'm not sure if when they came in the factory, they had to use these hole punches, and they just punch it in. But mine never really had any holes. So we don't know if this is the original dash or not, because this doesn't even match right. Usually this is, if you have, usually when it's like this, that means your whole interior is black. Mine's not. I either have the smoke gray or titanium gray. So I think the smoke gray would be here, and it would go, and it would match this. But I think we might just, I don't want to drill holes in the dash, so I think I'm just going to cut all these pins out. Get some super glue and then just kind of stick it right on there. I'm not sure where it goes. And then I showed you before, but then I actually wasn't supposed to open these up, so this is basically an early birthday present for me. These 5-0 badges. These basically go I think like a ½ inch up and then 3 inches over. So I don't know, just give them, because I mean it is a 5.0 liter GT. Usually they have them, but I think when they got the paint job, I don't think they put them on, or they took them off. They ever put them on. I don't think they wanted them back on. If I were them, I would have put them back on. I would want it as original as possible. So, hey guys, back with restoration video number 11, and I just got the new alternator in. I'll just show you what it looks like. The flashlight works. It's not really working the best, but I got it in. It was a tight fit because the pulley was a little bigger. I kind of took out the bottom screw, pushed it down so it wasn't in place, and then I put the pulley around, and then I pulled it up in place. I cut all the wires to fit. I got them all in the back. It wasn't too challenging, but the next video will be the car starting up, listening to it. Oh, and we did get new oil. We got Pennzoil Platinum 10W30. It's full synthetic too, so it's healthier for your car. And then we got a new oil filter. We're just gonna replace the oil once we start this up. Maybe tomorrow we'll probably start it up, and then not start it up, drain the oil, and then we'll start it back up. So we can do that. And I think last time we got a 10W or 5W30. I think when it's actually, I'm not sure. Either the higher the W, the thicker it is. I'm not sure, but I think this might be the same. It might still be. I'm not sure what kind of oil filter is in it right now. That one inside is blue. This one's white. Motorcraft. So I'll just end this video here, and I'll probably start with the video with the alternator on. I'm just gonna do a video right now, just of a clip of the sound of the original alternator compared to the new one. So this clip is just going to be how the bearing sounds, and it just kind of makes like a little rattling sound. It's really loud. So we're just going to do first video of the original one, and I'll do another clip of the new alternator in, and then I'll just show you how that one sounds compared to this one. So I'm just going to start it up and you guys can listen. Hey guys, Happy New Year's. And I'm just gonna wrap up the video here, just showing you how the new alternator was compared to the old one. And I'm just gonna start off with the last two clips that you guys, I think, just saw. The first clip was the alternator, the old one actually, in the car, and it was running. I kind of said I'm gonna do a video of the old one. You guys can hear the bearing and the squeak. There's actually like a squeak in the old alternator. Every time we start the car up with the old alternator, there's always a squeak. And the bearings inside, I don't know, it's just kind of it just doesn't sound the best. And then once we put the new alternator in, started it started up right away. And you guys could actually tell on the old, when we started up the old alternator, it was like almost to the point where it was going to die. So I mean, it was struggling to start. Now with the new alternator, the power just gets to the battery right away. The old one, I think it was having some struggling a little bit. But the new one, it's a lot better. And I think it's a lot safer because the fan is actually inside the alternator. It's not sitting out like the old one. I just put the old one in the new alternator box. Just gonna keep it there. We might actually sell it. I mean, it still works. It's just for my car. I don't know. I just wanted more power, especially if we're gonna get a new radio. You wanna obviously have more power. I mean, no fuses broke. Nothing got damaged. I started up this morning. It's fired up right away. But I mean, there's still a problem. The battery still dies pretty fast. I mean, it's not before when the old alternator was in, but I left the negative cable and the positive cable on one night. We wanted to see if it started up right away in the morning. So I mean, I was probably up till like 9 or 8 working on the car. I wanted to see if the battery would still hold the charge. So I put both of the cables on, and I woke up the next morning, started it up, it didn't start up. So I mean, I think it might still be the battery, but I mean, we still have to unplug the negative cable. I mean, it's not that bad, just opening up the hood every time you're done running it. But I mean, I think it's still a problem with how cold it is outside. But I mean, the new alternator looks way better. Runs great now. It doesn't squeak. I mean, there's a squeak, but I think it's by the water pump or the power steering. It's every 5 seconds there's like a squeak you can barely hear, but you still hear it. But I mean, it's not as bad as starting up the car and there's that one squeak. But I mean, all the connections are pretty good in the back of the new alternator. Nothing's wrong. Looks great. But I mean, if we got the 130 amp, there'd been a lot more major things we'd have to do. We gotta get a new harness that goes to the starter, and you gotta kind of cut the bracket in the back that holds the alternator. But I mean, I'm glad we got it done. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll probably do some more RC videos soon. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And have a happy new year.